And, I'm going to just kind of say happy Saturday for like another few seconds because I don't know whether or not sometimes you might get like when I watch somebody's live stream, I'll get a 5-second commercial before I can actually see the stream, and I always miss the beginning. So, happy Saturday one more time. Hopefully that covers it. Well, it is a another Saturday. Yay! Last weekend, we did take a break. We went to the BMW motorcycle rally down in the Paonia down here. It's top of the Rockies uh, BMW rally. You could probably look that up online if you wanted to, wanted to see anything about it. But boy, it is really for uh, just them for the most part. Um, the entire park filled up with tents, and all the vendors there were, well, not all of them, but I'd say 99% of them were uh, biker related stuff. So, I mean, general public could go, but it really just, you know. So, who have we got in your room, Mrs. Old Guy?
We got Don.
Hi, Don.
We got Carol.
Carol, happy Saturday.
Eli.
Eli, hello, hello.
And Jessica. She says, hello, I'm back. Your favorite. How is my Diet Coke?
Well, Jessica, welcome back. Well, the Diet Coke might be a little dusty, but it's still there in the fridge. So, please help yourself.
Eli says, I like the ham hock.
Oh, thanks. Sporting my new ham hock here. Hello, Doug and Shar. Sitting at home watching Old Guy on the big screen, as I should be. They always get my good side because it just doesn't matter. So today, red chili served up in a bread bowl. And about a week or so ago, Mr. Old Guy and I were talking about some of the uh, dinner requests that I've pulled out lately, being ones that you need an oven for. And it occurred to me, and Mrs. Old Guy, I think, was the one that brought it up, was the fact that perhaps a lot of those meals were suggested in the winter when it was cold. And, just luck of the draw, they're getting pulled, some of them are getting pulled out now.
Yeah.
That's kind of seems to make sense. Because having the oven on, of course, on a day that's already 90, 95, I know in Eli's case, it's already hot as an oven anyway. But
Yeah.
we had cheese sauce and tortilla chips is what won the side dish. So I'll be making some cheese sauce. And fortune cookie milkshake for dessert. So, yep, got the box of fortune cookies here. So that'll be an interesting dessert.
Jessica says, oh yeah, I love the new hair. Keep it that way. It looks good on you. It goes good with the tattoo.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking about changing my name and talking like this all the time.
And Eli said the shake finally made it. I hope Stanley can make it. 90 is our overnight low.
90 is the overnight low. Yeah, that's pretty toasty. I was talking to Stanley yesterday, and he was, letting me know. He's in Vegas, so he was letting me know how the temperatures that, in the city that he was getting, like 121, and it's like, wow, that's just way, way too hot for me. I probably won't make any plans to move to Arizona or Nevada anytime soon. So tonight's dinner was requested by, I think, by Tim. Yeah, at the Crazy Food Crew. I'm thinking that's correct. We're gonna see. This little guy's checking your notes.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yes, Tim and Travis.
Tim and Travis both.
Yes.
Red chili, and I think maybe the bread bowl might have been specific to Tim's request.
Yes.
So that's how that works. And next week, boy, it's been a while since I drew that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to really test my memory here and see if I can think of what it is that's coming up next week. Boy, that's. Yep, I'm drawing a blank. Go ahead. What's coming up?
Buffalo chicken sandwich from Eli.
Oh yeah, Eli, that's right. Buffalo chicken sandwiches. Oh, I'm gonna hate making that. Yum! I love chicken sandwiches, so yeah, I'm gonna like that one.
Jessica says, "LOL, do your mohawk mating call, please."
My Mohawk mating call. Well, there's not a lot of difference between the other mating call and the Mohawk mating call, with the exception of well, no.
Lisa's here.
Hey, Lisa, happy Saturday. Getting ready to make this red bread. I almost said Red Bull. Bread. I'm all. Let me unwind my tongue here. Making red chili in a bread bowl. Boy, I don't know why that was so difficult.
And Sean's here too.
Sean! Hey man, it's been a while. Happy Saturday. I hope you are all doing well. Awesome. Well, got a bunch of stuff here on the table. I will start by saying I'm going to use canned beans and tomatoes this time. Most of the time I would take the time to do the beans, from the bag and soak them overnight and all that stuff. But I've been busy trying to get this stupid soffit done. And I'm happy to say that all of the new soffit that we put, the roof extension we did last year, all of it's up, completely finished, looks amazing. And now I'm doing a 4-foot wide soffit area over our patio or front walkway. I want to match it to what I've already done. So, but that's the last steps. Maybe another 4 or 5 hours of
Just
work.
paint it and trim.
Yeah, paint and trim is pretty much all we got left. But it's been a long, long process. Anyway,
That looks good.
it does. It looks good. So that's why I'm kind of cutting corners a little bit, just because I've been busy doing other stuff, and I just really didn't think about it. I was like, well, I've got some canned beans. I guess I'm going to use those. So, but they are just plain pinto beans. They are not chili beans. Just so you know, the flavors are going to be pretty neutral there.
Eli says I'll be having red bean and rice, mac and cheese, and fried chicken later.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I was watching a review from Tim and the guys over at Crazy Food Crew. I think it was last night, where they went to a Bojangles, I think was the fast food place, and it looked good. They even had dirty rice, which I'm fond of dirty rice if it's made the right way. And it looked like good sandwiches, good chicken sandwiches. So that kind of reminded me of that. All right, so I guess what do I want to do to start with? Guess I'm going to start with getting some chilies ready. I've got some dry chilies here that I'm going to use to make the sauce, so to speak.
Just about cuts the top of your head off.
just about cuts the top of my head off.
The camera does.
The camera does. Okay, I can lift it up a little bit. I'm going to lift up the camera a little bit, just a touch. Just a little bit. Okay, better? So I've got these dry chilies. Got some little ones, got some big ones. Most of these are mild masalas, and I forget what these other ones are. So we're probably gonna do 3 of the masala, and I'm just kind of reaching in and doing it, eyeballing it, so to speak.
Jessica says, "Oh boy, I'm sorry. I know I can be much at times, but that's why I take breaks. I take a break from my craziness. Please forgive my craziness.
Oh, no.
Please don't judge me and love you both."
I don't judge, and you still might get that mating call. Don't give up hope.
Don says, "Now that it's hatch chili season, may I suggest hatch chili cheeseburgers with guacamole. They're famous for them in New Mexico."
Yeah, I like the Hatch chilies. The only thing I don't like about them isn't necessarily them. It's just the grocers that usually carry them. They can never seem to keep the different heat levels separate from each other, because they all pretty much look alike. And you don't. So when I go to get a Hatch chili, it might say hot, and it could be a mild one, or it could say mild and it'd be a hot one. It's just impossible for me to tell. So most of the time I stay with Anaheim's just for general purposes. But I do like the Hatch. It just,
Yep. Jessica says, "I'll start asking normal questions, lol." And then she says, "On a normal note, how's the weather been here? It's been hot, hot, hot."
yep, it's hot here as well. It is July, from rolling into August, which will even be hotter yet.
Eli says, "We are getting a Buc-ee's, a Bojangles, and Aldi's all this year."
Oh wow.
Yeah, lucky you.
Geez, I have to get my lighter. I thought I put it in my pot. Sorry, guys. Now, I'm not going to toast these chilies in a pan. If I take it easy and don't get carried away, I can do that light toast just like this to get those oils and whatnot rocking. Right, Eli? Not burning them. Just getting them hot a little bit.
Don says, "Yeah, that's true. Anaheim will work too."
Yep. Most of the time when I make my green chili, I use Anaheim, but not only Anaheim. I use a lot of other peppers. I think like 5 varieties of peppers. Okay.
I'm writing it down, Don.
So I'm going to get these kind of cleaned out a little bit. I don't mind some seeds, but I don't want a ton. Come on. Come on. There we go. That pot didn't want to let go. Into the pan. Get this done here. It'll only take a couple of minutes. This is basically the same chili that I made when I entered into the chili cook-off locally here last fall. Didn't win anything, but lots of people like my chili, so just not enough of them, I reckon. There was a lot of people there too.
Yeah, there was.
They were, as a matter of fact, there were so many people that the sponsors that were putting it on completely ran out of the tasting cups. People, not everybody could go around and taste all the chilies because of it, so had a huge turnout.
So Jessica says, I'm pretty sure I asked this already, but is there a way to make chili non-spicy? Because my mouth does not agree with the hot spicy foods. But I've always wanted to try chili just without the spicy part.
Well, sure, just stay away from the hot chilies. In my case,
Just gone too close.
tell you what, if you want to drop me, Jessica, if you want to drop me an email at oldguyincolorado@gmail.com, I will be glad to send you my recipe that it very mild, and I'm sure that you would get almost the same flavor as I would as if I made it with some of the hotter peppers. So if you'd like, I'd be glad to do that for you.
So Eli says, with the mohawk, you look like you could own a biker bar.
What do you mean? Could own a biker bar? I do own a biker bar.
John says, no, I mean you just topped the burger with roasted green chilies, Monterey
Oh, yeah.
and guacamole.
Oh heck yeah, that too. Yes, I love that. Same. I will do that to a burger any day. And I've been known to do it to like Italian sausage sandwiches, things like that. That sounds good. I want a burger like that. So he's writing that down. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me get rid of these.
So we knew what it was.
Okay, get rid of these. All right, so here is the request you just made, Don, into the basket. And it's got just as good of a chance of getting drawn tonight as everybody else. So.
Yep.
All right, so I've got the chilies in here, and I'm just going to throw in, that's a cup of beef broth. I'm going to throw in just a little bit of water too. Another half cup. And let them do what they need to do.
Jessica says, oh, thank you. Is your email in the description on your channel?
I think so. But it is oldguyincolorado@gmail.com. And I'm,
Eli says, I went to a biker bar once, but they didn't like my mongoose too much.
they didn't like your what?
Mongoose.
Mondoos? I hear mondu and I'm thinking of a Korean dish. Because that's the name of a type of Korean dumpling. Alright, let me get these out of my way here. Good deal. I'm gonna get a little bit of garlic ready. Not a whole ton, but a little bit. A couple of bigger cloves and a small one. Woo! So see, who mentioned what they was having? Got Eli, right? And how about the rest of you? What are you guys having? Lisa? What are you guys having? Hey, wild man, if you're there.
Lisa just said that she can't hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Can everybody else hear me? Need to know this.
Mike's working.
Mike's working, but that, we'll see. Well, can anybody else hear me, or is it just? I'm gonna wait for a second. Well, I don't want to wait and not say nothing. Then they're real think, oh, he's not. I can't hear anything, but I'm not talking is probably why.
Audio's fine on Eli's end.
Okay. Might want to just try restarting the stream. Log off and then log back on. Just give that a quick chop. Didn't even really need to do that, but I'm gonna throw that in with these chilies. Give them a minute to get softened back up.
Don said you sound fine. Carol said you sound fine.
Okay. Well, that's a relief to know. I remember once I was watching Val's live stream over at Trippy Food, and somebody mentioned that they couldn't hear him. And he started fidgeting with things, and before long, his stream was totally gone. He messed with it too much. That was unfortunate, so I don't want to do the same thing. Because it could easily happen to me. He knows about computers. Think about what happened to me. Or what would happen. Alright, I'm cutting these tops off for a couple reasons. One, I want to get the seeds out, of course, but I'm going to use the tops of these peppers in my cheese sauce. And the rest are going to go into the chili. So,
Jessica said she had some cheesy fries and a large Diet Coke on Kelly's recipe.
well, that sounds good.
Lisa said it's on her end.
Ah. Well, can you hear me now? That's what the question is. Well, yeah, see, and that was kind of dumb of me to say that. Start it over, shut
yeah.
the stream off, start it again. She wouldn't be able to hear me say that. Because she couldn't hear the... Look.
You sure?
Hey, Steve. Happy Saturday. We're making red chili and some bread bowls. I've got the bread raising for the bread bowls. It's just out of sight of the camera here, but they're on my bread bowls are raising. So I put them in the fridge after I made the dough, because the dough, I made it a little bit early. So I put the dough in the fridge, but that's going to slow down the raising process. So, it'll be a little while, and that's okay, because it's going to take a while for this chili to be done anyway.
Eli says, just my luck to get my request drawn and won't be able to catch it live. That's why I don't gamble.
Why? You aren't going to be here next weekend? Because that's when your chicken's coming up.
Yep. He says hope all is well.
Everything is going good. Been trying to enjoy the summer as much as possible. We haven't really done a whole lot. We did go to the BMW bike rally last Saturday, but it really wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. It was just vendors for the bikers and couple of food trucks, and the entire park was just jam-packed with tents, and so, really wasn't meant for general public, I don't think. So, but we ended up going down to Delta, Colorado, which is about 30, almost 40 miles from us. They had their town fair or whatever, parade, crap like that, and a car show and stuff at the park and whatnot. So we went and checked out the car show. But I was surprised, you know. I mean, it was a pretty good sized park, and there were quite a few trucks. A decent sized crowd, but there was very little in the way of concession as far as like food trucks or anything like that. It really surprised me because in the town below us, Paonia, their park, which is much smaller, they've got a whole line of them. You know, there must be 10 or 15 of them there for, you know, their big to-do in the summer. So it just seemed a little weird, but it was fun, you know. So that's why I didn't have a stream last Saturday.
Joshua, sir.
Joshua, how are you, sir? Happy Saturday. All right, these are good.
Eli says he's heading up north for a camping trip with the family. Will be nice to get out of the heat. It will be in the 60s up north, almost 60 degrees temperature swing.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That is a very big difference. Okay, so there's the chilies in my blender there, and I'm going to add some raw onion. I'll be adding plenty of more onion to the chili itself, but I want to add some raw onion and a little bit of salt. Toss that in. A little bit of salt. About a teaspoon or so. May or may not have enough liquid. I'm going to get a little more in my cup, I guess. We'll see. I don't want it too liquidy. I want it kind of like a paste. Trying to work on low mode here so that it doesn't get too loud. And it looks like it's going to blend it up okay. Cool. That's nice.
So wants to know what your favorite dressing on salads is.
My favorite dressing on salad?
This is Russian dressing.
And who's asking?
Jessica.
Jessica. To be honest, Jessica, I like, well, there's a lot of salad dressings that I like, but here lately I have just really preferred using white balsamic vinegar, and that's it. Maybe a little black pepper. But I've really taken a liking to white balsamic vinegar, so I could make a vinaigrette out of that as well, I would think. Boy, definitely smelling the onion in that. You can't really see that, but that part's ready to go in my chili, I think. I don't know. I got time. There's no rush. Let's let it go for a minute. What are you doing, Tom? If I knew that, I'd be in trouble.
Another request?
Okay, and 4.
Beer cheese, mac and cheese, summer sausage, and fruit vegetables. Sean requested.
Okay. So what is the main part of that?
Beer cheese, mac and cheese.
Beer cheese, mac and cheese. Okay.
And that's the request.
And thank you, Sean. I love beer cheese. I make beer cheese soup a few times a year.
Yeah. Joshua says he's doing okay. He just got off work.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you would get off work and spend some of your Saturday with old guy. I appreciate that very much. I do need to warn y'all. Old guy's computer is really on its last legs, and it could die in a second. I don't know, but it hopefully it won't. But just as a warning, if all of a sudden it should just stop, it's probably going to be a while before I get back online.
So Eli says the camping menu will include bulgogi, beef sandwich with burrito fries and that.
Wow,
Sounds
that sounds really good. I would do that. Not too much. I just want a little bit of veg for that cheese dip. I'm going to make a little more than I'm going to use tonight. I'm not going to eat my bag of chips tonight, so might as well have enough sauce to last a little bit. Very good, very good. Okay, that bit of noise can go away.
Jessica says smelly good already. I can't wait till it's done.
Oh, me too. Me too. Especially once these peppers start sauteing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Mmm. That's going to be so good. Alright, give me a second here to clean up a little bit of refuse here. How about that word? Refuse. Sounds like you're using $3 words again, Tom.
How are the pups?
What?
How are the pups?
How are the pups? They're doing great.
Jessica asks.
It's been a while since you were here. I don't know, but if you knew or not, but Polly got herself injured by jumping out of the car while we were driving down the road. Not too fast, and she kind of bummed up her leg a little bit, but she's doing okay. Chumley, this is probably news to most of you. He started developing a great big bald spot on one side. And so it became a little concerning. We took him to the vet. And he's got a thyroid problem. And so the vet started him on some thyroid medicine, but she said that the hair on his side probably wouldn't grow back. But after being on the medicine for about 3 weeks or so now,
Yep.
the fur is actually starting to grow back in. So that's
Yep.
good. He's on the mend.
Pingu's here.
Pingu!
Yes,
Happy
Tom.
Saturday!
He says Tom looks like Robert De Niro from Taxi Driver.
But, like I said, man, I've never had a ham hock before. Mohawk before. So, why not? I'll wear it for a few days and then I'll shave it off. Let these peppers and onions just kind of get a little translucent. What a fancy word. Translucent. That just means they're losing their color.
Jessica says that word goes good with the mohawk.
Yeah, I might have some more video fun with it before I dispense of it. Or dispose, whatever. Actually, I didn't have a mohawk. It was just the weirdest thing. My hair grew in And this was all that was left. All right. A little bit of Eli, what do I call it? Cow squeezins. Yep, Doug's gonna let us know what he's having for his dinner.
Hi. Ah, okay.
All right. Good. Let that get up to temp. Gonna grate up a little bit of this cheese. I got some pepper jack and some cheddar. Let me get
Okay.
this grated up.
I see that.
Oh. Did he text us a picture of what he's having for dinner?
Yeah. The Tom's is kind of funny because it's a little hump on top and then he's got that bald spot in the back so there's nothing and then there's a little strip of it.
This old guy's making fun of my hair, dude.
No, he did it himself.
It's crooked,
Yeah.
right? Is that what he's saying? Is it crooked?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Bye.
Ah,
Funny. He said he had a mohawk at one time.
ah, cool. He had a ham hock too?
Yeah, he did. She texted me what they were having.
Okay, so what are they having for dinner?
They're having BLTs and chips.
BLTs and chips.
Yeah.
I love
And
BLTs.
then she said to move the plastic back because it was in a way, but you did that already.
Ah,
And she says, we picked fresh jalapenos today. You want some for the chili?
I'd love some. Bring them on by.
Sorry, Char, I didn't have the cell in here with me. I didn't hear it ding.
Alright. Alright. Here's that little bit of pepper jack. Get that grated in there. I'll toss it all with a little bit of flour. It'll help thicken the sauce, but it also helps keep the fat in the cheese from coagulating into little clumps.
Don says, you talking to me? You must be talking too because I'm the only one here.
Yeah. You talking to me?
And Jessica says, oh, and Pee-wee says, Don, that's it, mate. And then Jessica says, I'm glad to hear that they're both doing good. And I was here to hear about the one that jumped out of the car window.
Yeah, Polly, our little girl. It really scared us when she jumped out because she jumped out going after a Pyrenees that was guarding its sheep flock. So when I stopped the car, I fully expected there to be a
Big old
huge dog fight, but luckily there wasn't. So,
Ronald's here.
hey, Ronald, happy Saturday. We were just talking about what people are having for dinner and such, but we haven't heard from Joshua and a couple other folk. So let's get with it. Get this cheese all mixed up with the flour. Let's convert that over to a larger pan. I just don't think that's going to be room enough. for everything going in this here cheese sauce. I mean, y'all didn't think I was just gonna make it a regular, like, nacho cheese sauce or something, did you? 'Cause that ain't the case. The way, this ain't the one I had, is it? No. Open up the right milk container at the right time. There we go. That's a little better. Okay.
Gene, you asked, are we ever going to see Mrs. Oldtime?
Nope.
Probably not. I don't do cameras. Do you?
Yep, she don't want to be. She don't want to be on the stream. Otherwise, I'd have had her sitting out front a long time ago.
Yep. Jessica says, do you think this year is for the Halloween, the clown that will also have the mohawk?
Oh, or you mean pops off?
Will he have a mohawk?
Let's just say that this year pops off is not going to be like anybody has seen or expects. So I've got plans for that guy. Okay. Now I want to add, where to put him? Right here. I'm going to add some of these jarred jalapenos. Get the spoon to get them out instead of using my fingers. And I do have a silverware drawer, but I can't get it open with the table where it is. So.
Eli said hashtag hawks off.
Hops off.
Hawks off.
Huh?
Hawks.
Hawks off. Ah. Alright. And how hot you want it? You want it pretty spicy, do you? Okay.
Hindu says, has Janice been on yet?
Janice doesn't make it to a lot of my streams. She's out filming with her husband. And that's okay. Alright. I didn't want that.
Uh-oh.
I just don't need that milk to be boiling when I'm not paying attention to it. Alright. Start adding the cheese. Just gonna keep stirring it. Looks good. Probably have to thin it a little bit. That's alright. I'll give it a taste here in a second. Make sure I got that seasoning okay. Kroger white tortilla chips, in case you're interested. Let me see if this is any good. Right here. It's good.
Eli says, I made peach pico yesterday with habanero.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I'd go for that. All right, one more. Let's see if that did a trick. Seemed a little bit Mm-hmm. See if that's any good, okay?
Do mine?
Yeah? Is it all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Add a little bit of garlic. And I'm going to call that good. All right.
Eli says chorizo and that cheese sauce would be amazing.
Oh, you know it. Back at one of the restaurants I was at years ago, I made an appetizer, queso con fuego, right? Cheese on fire, with fire. And basically it was, beans and cheese and corn and cilantro and help me with
I don't remember what else.
oh no, he just said it, chorizo.
Oh, chorizo.
It wasn't, it's like brain lock. It was a dip, to go with your chips, and it was topped with rum or tequila and lit on fire, hence the fuego. It was pretty popular. It was pretty popular. Alright. I'm going to start making chili. Turn the oven on. I had to do it at some point.
Jessica says, yeah, my cat seems to be losing hair in certain spots too, but not all over. But they say it's normal for cats the older they get. Not for all of them, but for some also. I lost one of my hamsters 3 days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's never a pleasant thing to lose a pet or any loved one. All right. Whole.
So your poll is doing very well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And I suppose the overwhelming majority wants to see that Friday stream.
Yep.
Okay.
86 to 14.
Huh?
It's 86 to 14 right
Wow. Well, the only reason I bring it up to you guys is a lot of times the desserts that I put up for suggestion or for voting, I guess, are the desserts that mostly the desserts that you guys have requested. And unfortunately, most desserts need a fair amount of time, to cool or do whatever, so I thought, well, and I may not do it all the time, but, thought maybe it might be interesting for you guys or fun or whatever. Whatever entertainment value you get out of this. All right. Get some onions and peppers going here.
Jessica says, I was one of them that clicked on the poll to see the live stream on Friday.
Cool. Well, if I do it on Friday, I said do. If I end up having it on Fridays, chances are it won't be every Friday, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I thought it would be a good opportunity for y'all to voice an opinion. That's hot.
I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. Don't get put that request in the basket.
What?
The request in the basket.
Oh,
Don't forget.
okay. I'll do that right now. Okay. In there. Okay. Black pepper and some salt. And we kind of let those do what they're doing. The bread for these bread bowls is slowly rising. That's okay. I'm not in a big hurry. Nope. Yeah, they're starting to chill out. Not screaming so loud. Just going to take this minute to go ahead and spin for that next meal after buffalo chicken sandwich. Here, yep, rewrite that one, and it's going to go back in the cage, and I'll spin it again. Some of them were written on little pieces of paper. Correct that little issue. Turn that down. I don't know what, I'm not going to look at what it was or anything like that. Okay. Bang. All right, here we go. Woo! That's a challenge. This one's from Wild Man on Monte Cristo. Well, it's been forever since I've made a Monte Cristo. Oh, Monte! I say, Monte, old man. All right. Can of maters, just regular crushed tomatoes. Taking the easy way out tonight. Normally, of course, it's fresh tomatoes. Beans from scratch, but not tonight.
Jessica says now all you need is tattoos on the side of your head and you'll be a true fighter.
Well, will those washable ones count? Oven's hot.
Yay.
So I'm going to drain these beans real quick. I'll be just a second, folks. It's just gonna have to be that way for a minute. I will say one thing. Looking out my window here looks different than it did a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it does.
All right, one more.
Don says Monte Cristo sandwiches are delicious.
Yes, they are. It's just been now probably 20 years, maybe not quite that, but close to it, since I've had to make a Monte Cristo.
Got it, Eli. I'm writing it down.
Okay. Let's get the, oh, what am I doing? I should not have added these beans, and I should not have added the tomatoes yet. Well, let me slide that over. Turn that on real low, like. Where's my meat? See, I should have cooked the ground beef in with them tomatoes, or in with the onions and peppers. But I failed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, an uh-oh, but not an oh no.
Jessica said that markers even counts as a tattoo. I don't think anyone could tell, LOL.
Well, that's a relief. That is a big relief. I don't.
Don said Monte Cristos are hard to find in restaurants these days.
You're right about that. The last time I made them were just a lunch special. They weren't on the regular menu.
Eli, get a dessert suggestion.
Okay.
Brown sugar caramelized peaches over ice cream.
Brown sugar caramelized peaches over ice cream.
Yep.
Okay. Basically, bananas or Foster peaches Foster over ice cream. It's basically, 'cause that's kind of what that is. Only with different. Can I put rum in it? I'm okay with it if I can put rum in it. You know, I think, well, I'll wait till I get this up. I can't forget, I gotta get
Yeah.
my seasoning in here. I kind of got to wash this out a little bit because I'm going to need it to make a milkshake here in a little while.
Who requested it, Steve or Stanley?
Requested what?
That shake.
I don't know.
I think it was Steve.
I think so too.
I failed to write it down.
Starting to look a little bit like chili. We'll see if it tastes any good.
I hope so.
Yeah, and I hope the beans are okay. I don't normally buy canned beans just
Yeah.
because the quality can just be all over the place. Sometimes they're cooked just right. Other times it's like chewing sand. I hope that's not the case this time. Why? Slipping. I should have cooked that beef in with the peppers. See how I are. It's just a shame, I tell you. All right. Well, could be worse. Sure, it could be. I could have forgotten, like ground beef at the store, or could be really completely unprepared for tonight. But I'm all right. Marginally doing okay. So
Ralph is here. Hi, sorry I'm late.
Hey Ralph, happy Saturday or happy Sunday. Dude in the future. Future dude. Hope things are well. Say hi to Mom for me. Right. Ground beef. Up till this point, you could probably eat this chili. There, Ralph. There ain't no meat in it. That's about to change. And I'll taste it and see if I've got the flavor the way I want it, or if I'm going to be eating a pot full of. I hope not. I've done it before. Made really crappy chili.
Yeah.
Well, she is agreeing right away. Yup. Said, oh no, you've never made any bad chili. No. Not going to defend old Tom. All right. Yeah, it's cooking. Take another minute or two. I don't want it pink. And I suppose I'll take a second and drain some of the fat, but I don't know why. Might be better for me or something. Who knows?
Jessica says I may have to file a complaint, but we'll see how it turns out, LOL.
I know it. You have to file a complaint. I'll give you the proper form. You can fill it out, and I'll make sure that the owner gets it. Okay.
Ralph says, I see you joined a heavy metal band. The new look suits you.
Does it? I've always wanted to have a hand mohawk. All right. Dip some of this out, I guess. I don't want to. But I suppose it'll be better in the long run if I do. Anymore, it's almost cheaper to buy steaks, at least here, than it is to buy ground beef. Unbelievable.
Eli says, heavy metal Tom.
HMT. OGIC HMT. Alright. Let me put this in the sink with the other junk. tell right away it needs a little more water. I don't mind a thick chili, but I'm not looking for paste either. Alright. It's looking better. Alright, so we'll let that simmer for a little while.
Jessica says, LOL, I'm just kidding, I'm not a Karen.
Oregano. You're not a Karen? Of course not. Your name's Jessica. I knew that. Remember one time I made a comment in a local chat board on Facebook complaining about a Karen. And it was real good until a Karen, somebody actually named Karen, had to come on and say, I don't appreciate you saying that about Karen. So, a Karen actually Karen. That doesn't happen all the time. To actually catch a Karen being a Karen.
Yeah.
Go figure. Can let that just kind of do its thing for a few minutes. Then I'll give it a taste, see if it's any darn good. Maybe adjust the flavor if I can. If I can't, then I hope it's delicious. So you need to put that somewhere, or you got it?
I don't know.
Okay. Monte Cristo. Monte. Good. It does smell good. So that's a bonus. It's freaking hot in here. 350-degree oven. Already hot outside, but I'm really waiting for this to finish rising. I want it to come up a little more. I've got the bread for the bread bowls in a bowl. That way after it bakes and I take it out, it's in the shape of a bowl. I know, I'm just weird that way. I make my bread bowls come out looking like a bowl made of bread. I know, crazy, right? Get a drink. That didn't last very long. Yeah, I drink those bottles of water just like they're water. Gone. Saw a really dumb joke today. I don't know if any of you folks watch Tribal People channel. It's like people from Pakistan trying like American foods and so on. And they were having them eat hot wings and tell their jokes. And one of them was telling a joke about a village person like them and a gentleman were riding on a train, and the village guy was smoking a hookah, and the other guy didn't like it. And when the village guy went to use the bathroom, the gentleman threw the hookah out of the train window. Oh, see, I forgot to mention that the gentleman had his dog with him. Anyway, after a while, the gentleman goes to use the restroom, and the villager threw his dog out the train window. And when the guy got back, he was like, "Where's my dog? Where is my dog?" And he said he jumped out the window to fetch my hookah. Okay, that wasn't funny. Or was it? I don't know. I kind of laughed at it, but...
Ralph says, so if Karen is someone that complains and Ralph is puke, which is worse?
A Ralph Karen.
Jessica says, half of my family is full of Karens, but I'll stop now, but I don't mean to actual, no offense, to actual Karens.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. People know what I mean, too, but it doesn't make any difference.
She says, that's another good thing about your haircut. It's good for hot weather. I am too bald. I love it. And Eli says, rim shot, LOL.
Still thinking about that mating call, so... Give this a stir. Don't want it sticking to the bottom. I hope these beans are at least tender and they're not like gritty beans. I absolutely hate that. They look suspiciously firm. They feel suspiciously firm. So
That's not a good sign.
it's not. Just part of the reason why I prefer not to use canned stuff. Those beans I made, I know how they would be. Oh well, right? I mean, suck it up, live with it.
Eli says, I've heard of a golden retriever, but never a hookah retriever.
A hookah retriever, yeah. Oh, well, I will say
Jessica
this.
says, LOL, I apologize. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Didn't offend me.
No, not me either. I don't think anybody really.
No, nobody offended here. And besides, what happens? Nothing happens to you if you're offended. I mean, it's not like something like this guy was making fun of God and I was offended. The next morning I woke up with a leprosy. You know, nothing happens to you if you're offended. Be offended. Oh well. Right? I mean, get over it. I've been offended a lot of times. I'm still here. I'm like it didn't make my finger drop off or oh, it did make me grow my hair weird. I was offended. And all my hair grew in except for this bit. What time is it? 3:15?
I better hurry up.
Well, I know. Yeah, I guess I should have just let it raise when I started it, huh?
Yeah.
Because I really want it to be a little larger than it is, but they'll do. They'll do. Good enough. when I make these bread bowls, I usually try to wait until the bread is, puffing above the bowl, but it's not going to happen soon enough, so they'll be fine like they are. Let's go 25 minutes.
Jessica says, no, it's okay. No pressure. You didn't need to do the melting call. I just wanted to.
Oh, melting. No, molting?
Oh, mating call.
Oh, mating
Sorry.
call. I thought you said, because there's a difference. I make a different sound when I'm molting.
John says, I'm almost positive I know the Karens that started the phrase Karen.
Well, there sure have been a lot of them over the last few years. It just seems like the Karen population just poof exploded. The next thing you know, there's wild Karens, everywhere. It's like, I wonder if they have like herds of wild Karens running across the open plains, and people herd them up, kind of like the horses, and sell them off. Buy them, different cities buy them up and ship them off. Let them loose in their community. What do you think, guys? Is that right or no? Let's start a poll, Mrs. Oh, I'm just kidding. Well, with the amount of votes that it looks like we got for the in positive for doing the Friday night streams or Friday streams, I'll probably start working them in. But I am curious now because Fridays, of course, is a work day for most people. Not everybody. So, I'm not really sure of a time because time is definitely a factor in the dessert too. So evenings, early evenings for you folks. We are at, what time is it now? It is 3:15 p.m. here now. So if I had that live stream at 6 p.m. my time, so 3 hours later than whatever your time is now, is that something that would work for your schedule? Let's see a yes or no from some of you guys. This old guy will tell me. I'm not going to make a poll. Don't ask.
John says, this is a real Karen. That's her name, and she complains about everything.
They're out there. And nobody can go, it's only a movie. It's only a movie. Because it's not. It's actual Karens. I always thought that a male Karen would be a Kevin, not Ken.
Yep.
But a male Karen is a Ken. It just, I thought Kevin, would be closer, but.
John says, yeah, it works.
Alright. There's one yay. Keeping them fingers crossed. I'm afraid to try it. Really, I'm afraid to take that spoon and try one of them beans. Little sauce as possible.
John says Kevin makes more sense.
I thought so. It's one of those beans. The inside is okay, but the outside has like a thick skin. So you get kind of a pop when you chew it. Not my favorite sensation when I'm eating beans, but at least they're not gritty, which is by far way worse than just being a little tough on the outside.
Jessica says, I do enjoy watching the best of Karens on the YouTube. Makes me look a little better about myself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I just earlier today, I was watching Karens. Last night I was watching Karens. It's just entertainment. Some of them, though, I have to tell you, even though it's a video, some of them are so annoying that I can't even watch the rest of that part of the video with that particular Karen, because there's more than one Karen in every video, but some of them are so bad that it's like, oh, how could you listen to that? I'm not going to. It's like, wow. I mean, that Karen was getting me mad, just being completely not involved at all, just watching as some moron on YouTube, making me mad. Shut up!
Ralph said, yep, that should be fine. I think it would be about midday Saturday.
Okay, good.
And Jessica says anytime's good for her.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll probably start doing that, and it's not going to be probably for every dessert, but ones that I think that would maybe be of some interest. And I can even think of at least one or two occasions where there might even be a Thursday night short live stream in preparation to make something else to make the dessert for Friday stream. And one example of that would be if I was to make tiramisu, I would have to have a Thursday night stream because I make my own mascarpone. So I would do a stream on that, and then the next night finish it off with the lady fingers and the whole rest of it. So I always thought lady fingers would be hard. They're super simple to make. It's not a big deal. You can make your own tiramisu a whole lot cheaper, and it's a whole lot better. Just saying. Just wait.
Photos Against Anxiety is here.
Hey, good evening. Photos Against Anxiety.
She says hello, so I take it. Old guy is taking some time off. Who is this youngster I'm looking at?
I haven't decided on a name. I'm thinking like Rip. I think I should change my name to Rip.
Jessica says, don't be hard on yourself. Everyone messes up sometimes, and they're cooking. I mess up every time I cook.
Oh.
Every time cooking.
I've had some pretty astounding failures over the years. I mean, so bad that I'm not smart enough just to make a little bit. I make a big old pot of something and have it turn out just absolutely horrible. And I've done 3 such ones here on the live stream with the dreaded, my nemesis, my kryptonite, pineapple upside down cake. I don't know what to say, folks.
Photos Against Anxiety says, stopping by for a minute. I've been watching and listening in while I'm editing photos. I'm hungry now, so waiting on DoorDash.
Awesome. Since you're still here, what is door dashing you? What did you order? Uh, if I guess, do I win? Of course, I wouldn't know what I'd win, but I just want to guess. Uh, you have DoorDash bringing you some food. I can't say, I'm just going to go with a specific food group and not like the exact food. I'm going to say you ordered some Italian food, and I don't mean pizza. I mean, pizza would count, but I'm thinking something else, you know. So that's my guess, is you ordered some Italian food, and that's coming to you DoorDash. I need to know if I'm right, because I get these, I think they're like psychic visions, or I'm just an idiot. One or the other, so.
Eli says lima bean chili.
Lima bean chili? That's one of those things that I would say just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Jessica says, not sure if you saw this one already, but have you seen the woman that freaks out in the Victoria's Secrets, I think it is?
No, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to see if I can find that one.
And Photos Against Anxiety says, cheeseburger, fries, and a milkshake on the way.
Ah. Well, I wasn't even close. I wasn't even close. Unless the delivery guy's name is like Luigi or something.
Lisa says, I'm sorry guys, I'm back now. I had to feed my mom's dinner.
Oh, that's okay, Lisa. No problems. I understand perfectly. I picked Wild Man's Monte Cristo sandwich. I don't know if he was listening or not, but he requested Monte Cristo, so that's coming up in 2 weeks. Next Saturday night is Eli's request of buffalo chicken sandwich, and the following week will be Wild Man's Monte Cristo. So, every time I hear the word Monte, I think of the old game show.
Photos is laughing and she says, nope.
Yeah.
You weren't right.
I was not right. That's okay.
Jessica says, I feel like making tiramisu or something like that kind of dessert takes patience and time, or I would screw it up. I'm more for a lunch and dinner cooker than a dessert person.
Yeah, some desserts take some planning. That's for sure. It's just the nature of the beast. But I don't make tiramisu very often. It's not like I make it all the time. But when I do make it, I just, or I do when I want it, I just prefer to make it myself. It ends up being a whole lot cheaper. And
Yep.
it's usually every bit as good, if not better. So
Eli wants to know, is OG's Kitchen on DoorDash?
is OG's Kitchen on DoorDash? Probably not. That would be fun. If I could get some DoorDash from here to y'all. Maybe someday they'll actually have like the food replicators like they have on Star Trek. And Star Trek. Where you can just say you want some, a Coke. You get you a Coke. I could send it, my thing, and it would just replicate it, and you could eat all you want. Replicated food.
Lisa said yes, Wild Man.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. And I found something out about Wild Man that, I thought was really, really cool. And it just goes to show you, you don't really, just because you might see somebody on a Facebook, a video or something, That's only a very small part of that person. And, you know, I gained a lot of respect for Wild Man when I talked to him last time. So, I did. That's honest truth.
So Don says, don't forget the jam on the side for the money for stuff.
Oh no, oh no. Do you have a specific preference
Yep.
for the jam? I'm just curious.
Jessica says, my go-to DoorDash is Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And Jeannie Brewer says, we love it when you DoorDash us.
Yes. Well, see, Jeannie is also another neighbor, an neighbor, that just lives like right here. So, and again, there's, yep, a door dashing person right there. Yes.
Yep. And Carol's another
Okay,
one.
that's yep, Carol. Yep. And there's another one down the street, Tammy. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but
Yep.
and
DoorDash.
I think DoorDash to them too. Yep.
Wild Man said, okay, cool. For
the sandwiches
Yeah.
coming up. Yep. Good. Good.
Photos Against Anxiety said the delivery guy's named Luciano Pesto, and Grace guess that's the delivery driver is Italian.
Yeah. See, I knew I had that Italian vibe somewhere. Okay, maybe I didn't.
Don said raspberry.
Raspberry jelly.
Jeannie said hello.
Well, greetings. I'm going for crazy folks and breaking out the hard stuff. Ooh, made with sugar Pepsi. Woo!
Jessica says, I kind of figured grilled cheese is Italian with tomato soup.
I'm sure that the Italians have eaten it. I mean, they make all kinds of tomato sauces. Why not soup? I'm sure they have made tomato soup and bread on cheese. I think every culture that makes bread and cheese has them together at some point. Just a wild guess on my part. That's all it is. Just a guess. Man, I'll tell you, baking this bread, it is entirely too hot in this kitchen. If I had a thermometer, oh, I do have a thermometer. Let me turn it on and see if I can get an air temp. I'll just stick it right there.
Carol says Carol loves it too.
Well, I know she does.
And the Wild Man said thank you.
Oh. Thank you, Wild Man.
Ralph says, so is DoorDash the same as Uber Eats?
Kind of. Yeah. Just some putz in a car bringing you the food you ordered.
Yep.
Yep. Waiting for that. Oh, they automatically add the money on. Yeah, that's why.
Order it, I think.
Yeah. Instead of, we're going to wait for a tip too. But they pay you to bring it to me and you want a tip. And if a or even a pizza delivery guy gets his money, you want a tip. What a tip is. You want a tip? Don't buy plastics.
Eli said, if you roll up a pizza, can you call it a stromboli?
No. Stromboli usually doesn't have the tomato sauce on the inside, so I would have to say no. You can't roll a pizza and call it. Well, you could. You could, yes. You could roll a pizza. You could roll a burrito and call it a stromboli. I mean, it's not what it is, but you can sure call it that.
Raw squid chili, yum yum.
What with chili?
Raw squid chili, yum yum.
Raw squid with
Yeah.
chili.
Raw squid
Yeah.
chili.
Oh, raw squid chili.
Yes. Jessica's.
No. No. I don't think so. I'm not fond of squid.
Ralph said tipping isn't a Kiwi thing.
Tippiness is a key.
Tipping is not a
Oh,
Kiwi thing.
Tipping is not a Kiwi thing. Okay.
They don't tip them.
They don't tip? Do they wobble?
Cheryl said, thanks, Ralph. Don't really know what I did. Oh, she is using her regular name now,
Who's using her regular name?
Carol, instead of Wes's phone.
Oh, okay.
And he told us, like, or good to see that you can use your account again.
Oh. Gotcha.
Because when she's
I
on
was
Wes's
lost.
phone, it's Dean Daly.
Okay. Well, see, I was lost. I had no idea. Again, lost in front of the bakery, waiting for the bus downtown, just like always.
Oyster mousse pizza?
Oyster mousse pizza. I would definitely try mousse pizza, but I doubt very much if I'm going to put oysters on it. For those of you that do not know, oysters and I do not get along. I like them cooked, but I do not like raw oysters at all. And for my 1,000th subscriber video, I did a live stream where I ate a raw oyster with Vienna sausages covered with chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing. And it was horrible. And I'm never going to eat that ever again.
So that oyster mousse pizza was not the animal mousse, it was the other dessert mousse.
A whipped dessert mousse. Like a chocolate mousse and oyster pizza. No. I'm not going to eat that either.
I just wanted to clear that up, that it
Okay.
wasn't the animal.
Okay, it wasn't the animal. Because I'd eat some ground mousse on a pizza, sure.
Jessica says, I mean, anything
Try
tomato
it.
says Italian, right?
Say what?
Jessica says, I mean, anything tomato says Italian, right?
Sure. That's right. I'm in an agreeable mood. Why not?
Don says, in Europe they don't tip, but built into the price of the dish you order.
Yes, it is. It is correct. Slide that chili off the heat. And let's get this cheese sauce warmed back up. And it is 97 degrees in the kitchen at the moment.
Well, Ralph says, I didn't know people ate moose meat.
Sure, people eat moose.
Yep, my uncle brought it down from Alaska one year for the family trip.
All the grazing animals, people will eat them. Caribou, moose, deer, elk, gazelles, antelope, buffalo, cows.
Ralph told Don that it was the same way there, that the tip is into the meal price.
Ah. Well, learn something new every day.
Yep.
May not be a useful thing, but you learn something.
Ralph said horse. Horse?
Horse? People eat horse meat.
You.
I have been for a long time. You can't buy it in a lot of places, but you get horse meat. Absolutely.
Alright.
I think there's, I think you can buy horse meat in France. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. There's places that do, yeah, I don't know if there's any place in the U.S. that it's okay to buy horse meat or sell horse meat. I've never had reason to check.
Not your go-to, huh?
Not generally. Yeah. Oh, there's the bread beeping. That's the beeping bread. A little wire rack.
Eli says it is extremely difficult to get a moose hunting tag. I don't remember where, but you only get one in your lifetime.
Huh. Yeah, I know that there is moose here in Colorado. I don't know if you can hunt them or not. Jeannie and her husband definitely know more about the hunting thing than I do.
Yep.
At least here.
Lisa said, "Hey Tom, can you back butterscotch chips brownies with a little marshmallow?"
Say that again.
Butterscotch chip brownies with little marshmallows.
Butterscotch chip brownies
Yes.
with little marshmallows.
Yes.
Is that a dessert request? Is that what you're asking? If it is, we'll write it down. And we'll get it on the list. Alright, turn that down. Got to get these bowls just a minute to kind of cool down a touch so I can get the filling out. I made myself run a little bit late. Oh well. You guys don't care if I run a little long, do you? I hope not, because that's probably what's going to happen. I got to give that bread at least a minute or two to cool down before I start pulling the insides out. Ooh, you pulled the insides out of the bread.
I wrote it down, Lisa. Jessica says, yeah, that challenge you did with the oyster, I would have never done that. I would have broken my promise. I'm proud of you.
It was nasty. And the fact that I went back and took a second bite, that surprised even me.
Jeannie says, yes, you can, but it takes a long time to draw a tag, and it's one-time deal.
Okay, that's... Yeah. There's just not a whole lot of mooses to go around, I guess.
John says, and frogs too, with laughing faces.
Frogs?
Yeah, and then he says, no.
Frogs? Like, you mean like to eat a frog?
Frog legs or something?
That is pretty spicy. Okay, spicy isn't true. It is hot.
Jessica says, people eat snakes and guinea pigs.
They do. There's a type of guinea pig in South America that I've heard about that people eat. They're not like the little ones we get, though. Capybara or something? Eli, is that right?
Rob will be right back. He's going to get a cafe a la Pat, or whatever.
Ooh.
Eli says, I bet an anchovy cheese stuffed crust would be interesting.
Interesting for what?
Don says his pork butt still has another 2 hours to go. I put it on the smoker at 8 this morning, and in France they eat frogs.
They eat frogs? Yeah.
Arnold says, I made it finally. Nice ham hock.
Thanks. Nephew Arnold, hope y'all is well. I still wish you and your brother would come up and see your Uncle Tom. I just wish it. But I can wish in one hand and in the other. Never mind. Wish in one hand. All right.
Jessica says people actually eat tarantulas like gnats. I have.
Yep.
You.
I've heard they're good.
Eli's eating scorpion. You. That's gross.
Yeah, I've heard they're good. But then again, I've also heard that the flavored crickets that I got in the jar were good. But they weren't. It didn't taste like seasoning. Didn't taste anything like it said it would. Like cotton candy, grasshopper, or crickets. I didn't like them.
Arnold said that his mom fell yesterday and broke her collarbone.
Oh no!
That's not good.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. I sure hope she recovers okay from that.
Yes, for sure. Keep us posted on that, Arnold.
Yeah, really. All right. Cheese sauce for the chips. Suppose you want a spoon?
I might.
Okay. I'll get you a spoon.
Try not to make it a habit of eating with my fingers.
Why not? Lots of people around the world do. Of course, not really piping hot chili. Okay, there it is in a bread bowl. My bowl didn't turn out as big as I wanted it to, but it's okay. There's that chili in a bread bowl. I hope you like it.
Thank you.
And here's the cheese sauce. See it okay at all? See it?
Up a little bit.
Cheese sauce. There you go. I'll let you help yourself to some chips. All right, y'all gather around. Start scooping yourself. Help yourself to the chili. I'll dish up Mrs. Old Guys, but y'all gonna have to get your own.
Eli says I've eaten scorpion fried, and you can also get them here in lollipops and in some gas stations.
Huh. I would like to try. I'm not sure about scorpions, but I would definitely try some. What are they called? Honey ants. Good
Arnold
cheese
said
sauce.
thanks, and Jeannie said yummy,
Mm.
and Lisa's gotta go.
Lisa, thanks for hanging out. Wild man, you take care of yourself. Hey, we'll see you guys next Saturday, I hope. Take care. All right. Let me try this chili here. Got some tasty chili. It's got a little bit of heat to it. It's not that bad, I'd say. You know how they have the 1 alarm, 2 alarm, 3 alarm chili kind of stuff? There's maybe half an alarm. It's just got a little bit of spice, but it's very flavorful.
It is
The beans, they're tolerable.
Not bad with everything else though.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold said, you look like an '70s punk rocker with a hand lock. Looks cool.
Well, I'll keep it for a few more days. Buzz.
Cool.
This old guy will be back in a minute. They didn't want to talk to us anyway.
I didn't want to talk to them. No, it was just a research thing.
All right. This is really good chili. We are expecting a dinner guest. And I did invite him to come for the stream, but he had to work today. But Arthur will be, for those of you that have met Arthur or have seen him, he'll be coming up and having some dinner with us here after a little bit. That's good chili. I like the flavor.
Yeah, it turned out really good. Levi said some local guy here made a lot of money coming up with a slick paint that you put all around the base of your house to keep the scorpions from crawling up your walls.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't envy the types of poisonous critters that some folks have to live with where they're at. I mean, it's not like we don't have our share up here of poisonous critters, but most of them are animals and not so many insects. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get a milkshake started. Love You brand Good Luck Honey Fortune Cookies. Just to show y'all that they are actual fortune cookies. I'm gonna have to break them open and take the fortune out. I'd rather read the fortune than drink it.
Ralph's back with his coffee and latte and milk biscuit.
Well, welcome back, Ralph. We've been enjoying the chili, which turned out delicious, despite the crappy beans. And I'm tearing open these fortune cookies.
Eli says you should film a skit with Arthur, and Arnold agreed.
Yeah, we've done a few things together.
Yeah. Eli says we have the most species of venomous rattlesnakes in any other state.
I bet.
And Steve says fortune cookie shake.
I just did that backwards. I almost threw the cookie away and I put the paper in.
Uh-oh.
One more cookie.
Did you hear me?
No,
Steve
sorry.
Russell said fortune cookie shake.
Yep, that's That's what it is. Fortune cookie shake.
And Jessica says, okay, you left out, I don't need to file a complaint, it turned out perfect, so good, thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you didn't feel it necessary to lodge any formal complaints. So scoop out some vanilla ice cream here. Just good old-fashioned Kroger ice cream. Let's call that. Let's see how good that'll make it. Ice cream in the freezer. That's a good place. That's a darn good place for it. A little bit of cow squeezins in there. Gonna make a lot of noise, guys. Come on. Okay.
Ralph told Eli that he has seen on YouTube that you can use a black light to find scorpions. He goes, we don't get scorpions here, but with my black light I found the snails light up bright yellow.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yep. And Eli told Ralph that, yeah, a lot of people like to go find them in the desert or the mountains. They turn on the black light in the desert, and the desert floor becomes alive. That would be weird.
No thanks.
And Arnold said, file the complaint. He gets off too easy.
Huh.
Steve said maybe add some vanilla extract, but he just said that, so.
Yep. I thought about it, but I didn't want to disguise the flavor of the fortune cookie too much. Yeah, it's not a big milkshake, but it's a milkshake. There you go. Milkshake.
Thank you.
All right. Let's have a taste. It's okay. I never would have thought to put a fortune cookie in a milkshake, but it's not too bad. I'm surprised Mrs. Old Guy is giving me a nod of approval because she really doesn't like fortune cookies.
No, it's not bad.
Well, folks, we're going to get out of here, I think. It's time. But we will be back next Saturday. Maybe Friday. I don't know. We'll see what dessert gets picked. And that's something else, too. you guys will have to vote sooner so that I can have time to make it on Friday. Anyway, wouldn't be any different than they have been now. So, never mind that. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see everybody next Saturday night. In the meantime, please go out and give back somehow, some way in your community. Help out a neighbor. Go help out at the Salvation Army. Just do something to give back a little bit in your community. Okay? Happy Saturday. Bye-bye.